Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back to my podcast, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Well, here is another email suggestion that has come through, and I don't think that I've talked about this before. So the person asked, how do I grow my email list? Okay, so for those that may not be familiar, your email list is that entire list of people that you can blast things to, like using a newsletter, right? So that's actually one of the things that you can do, create a newsletter. That is the way to start building your email list. Now, some of the simple things that I have done to build my email list is if you are a person that does events, meaning if you go to pop-up events, if you are, a vendor or something at a particular event, make sure you have a list, like a list that people can sign, a list that people can, sign up to be added to the email list. Let them know that your email list is like a VIP list, and if they put their email address down on that list, that they will be notified of specials and, things before the general public, right? And that's what I use my email list for. Your email list can be a revenue generator for you, but you have to give people an incentive to sign up, right? Now, letting them know that they can get savings before everybody else. So let's say I'm going to do like a 20% sale or something to that effect. I make sure that the people who are on my email list get it before everybody else. So people on my email list will already be able to shop for the 20% off or whatever the deal is a good 24 hours sometimes before the rest of the public, right? Sometimes there are savings and there are specials that we will do as a company that are never available to the public, right? Another tip too is that you can have different sales that have to do, I'm trying to think of the way to say it. Okay, sales that correspond with different social medias. So let's say if people from your Twitter list, right, people who follow you on Twitter, let's say that you did a sale or you did some sort of announcement to those people over there on Twitter, and you could be like, hey, if you join the email list, you folks over here on Twitter, then you would have got XYZ sales. That also pushes to build your email list, and it also pushes to build your social media, because people are like, well, wait a minute, I was following you over on Instagram. Now the people on Instagram realize that, oh, they're not following you on Twitter. They didn't know about that sale because it was only announced to the people on Twitter. Now they're going to try to go follow you over on Twitter as well as Instagram so that they don't miss out. So now they're following you on Instagram, now they're following you on Twitter, and now they're following you on Facebook because they want to be covered just in case you drop some, new information, new product, special, whatever. Right? So that is another way that you can build your following along with your email list. All right. Now I can tell you what I have going on right now with my email list, and I'll wrap it up with this, is give them not only an incentive, but give them an actual thing. Like for me, getting on my email list is really easy. You want to be in the know of what's going on? Absolutely. In exchange for your email, I will send you a guide. I have a branding 101 guide that has been downloaded, I tell you, a couple thousand times at least, of people who are on my email list. And when I go look at it, I'm like, wow, a lot of people downloaded this document because a lot of people keep adding themselves to my email list. So when you go and you get the Branding 101 document, you will get not only on my email list to be notified of any news, anything special that's going on, savings or whatever, but I'm actually giving you a PDF document. It's kind of like a mini ebook of how to brand your company, right? Branding 101 and the steps and the things that you can do to brand your company. And it also has 10 useful things, apps, and things that I use in my own business every day to run my business, right? So you don't think that's a great exchange? I think it's a wonderful exchange. Some people just take your email address and don't give you anything. But when you sign up for the Branding 101 document, not only are you joining the email list to get inside information on what's happening with my company and savings, but I'm actually giving you a Branding 101 document that walks you through the questions and the things and the best practices that you should do when you're branding your company, right? And it also gives you 10 useful tools that you can use in your business every day. And that's a combination of different websites that I use, different apps that I use to actually run my business, paid and free apps. So if you want to build your email list, find an incentive that you can give to people in exchange for that email address, because honestly, people's email addresses are very important. People's email addresses are very valuable because you can start drip campaigns. If people are not familiar with drip campaigns, all drip campaigns is when somebody emails you and they join your list, then in a couple more weeks they'll get another email from you. These are automated messages that you're sending out to people to try to get business, so they join your email list. For me, you get a Branding 101 doc. Then I leave you alone for like a month. Then after about a month or so, you get another email like, hey, hope you're putting the Branding 101 doc to use. Here's what you can do to even spruce that up. And I give them some more tips. You know what I'm saying? So this is a drip campaign. It literally is what it means. You drip email to them every so often. Think about a leaky faucet. It drips and then it's quiet. And then it drips and then it's quiet. That's why it's called drip campaign. You're giving them information one space at a time. One space at a time. Right? So look up drip campaign so you can get the idea of how that works. But remember, when you're building your email list, give an incentive, maybe a PDF document of something useful that people can use, maybe the top 5 tips, on how to start a business or whatever genre that you're in. If you're in the hair business, the top 5 tips for healthy hair, whatever it is. If you're a mechanic and you want to start an email list, okay, the top 5 tips to make sure that your car make sure the top 5 tips to winterize your car. We're in the middle of winter right now. There's so many different things that you can do, and they're useful tips. So maybe once a week you send out a top tip for people, who own cars. Maybe you're a chef and you send out a top tip for baking or cooking. There's all sorts of different ways that you can build your email list, but you just have to get creative. But make sure there's an incentive so that you are giving something of value in exchange, right? And the one thing that I can tell you, I'm going to end on this: do not spam. Do not spam people. Do not start to email people 2, 3, 4 times a day. That's not what you do, because sometimes you'll join an email list to get some information and then they start emailing you every single day. That's not the way to go. And I see people do this all the time. That is not the way to go. If you stay in the background and you're just there every so often reminding me of tips of things that I can do, whatever your genre that you're reminding people, I will like that better, and it'll be more likely that I won't unsubscribe if you just drip a campaign to me instead of bombarding me every single day with stuff that's useless, right? So remember that when you're building your email list, exchange something of value, whether it's a top 5 list or whatever the case may be, and that will help you expand your audience. All right, that's all I got for you today. Find me on social media at Onyx Queen Media across all socials. Instagram is my most active social media, and if you want to email me more tips, please do. hello@onyxqueenmedia.com. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.